Now we talking. We getting the party started today. We getting started right today. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on through. Come on through. We here with Christ in Comics. My man Shivers done made it to the party. What's good, Shivers? I saw your messages, man, but I was getting everything ready for right now. For the live. Boy, was I doing a lot, I tell you what. I tell you what. Oh man, I didn't even know you were live. I was just scrolling. Yeah, let me get everybody tuned in. Hold on. Let me see who don't know, and let's let them know. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's see who don't know, and let's let them know. They act like they don't know nobody sometimes, and so I gotta remind them, like, hey, your boy is here. You know what I'm saying? Come see about your boy. We are live here on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't want no emojis. We get rid of the emojis. I'm just trying to let everybody know we live out here. You know what I'm saying? We're out here trying to have a good time, trying to celebrate the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Talk about manga, talk about anime, talk about the good God, oh God Almighty, the Lord. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Make sure I don't miss nobody. Georgian Cowboy up on it. Yo, I think we doing it. I think he'll like to join us. You think he'll join us? We'll see. We'll find out who's gonna join us. I know, man. I know. I'm not a fan of rugby, but it seems like it's real big where you at. It seems like it's real big. All right, so we got approximately 30 minutes. We're going to give y'all about 30 minutes to come piling in. Come and join us here. And then what we're going to do, everybody, is we're going to switch over to YouTube. If you're a Patreon member, switch over to the Patreon. The link will take you to YouTube, basically. But come and join us, as we're going to be talking about One Piece today, people. We're going to be talking about One Piece today. It's the one thing that keeps my very fragmented country together. Man, I'll tell you what. What's up, Shark? You made it, my boy. You made it. Now, y'all got until like 5:25. And then we're switching to YouTube. You got like till 5:25. I see someone hitting the hearts, bro. Someone's under the YouTube hitting the hearts. Who's with us on YouTube? Drop an emoji in the chat on YouTube if you're here. Let me know. Let me know. Shark, you slowing down on me, homie. Are y'all like only rivals in the game? Or is there actual like animosity between y'all and New Zealand? Y'all love your Anime Meets Jesus videos. Thank you, Amari. If you had to pick someone you'd want me to do, who would you like me to do one for? I already know who Shark wants. Alright, Amari, I actually just I finished the Gojo one about 2 weeks ago. Someone was here. Someone hit the hearts, man. I don't know who it was, but someone's already done hit the like button. So yeah, come on over. If you want to go ahead and come on over, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, you're going to check that one out. That one's really good. I think I did really good with that one. You want Jesus to meet Adam from Record of Ragnarok. Longtime rivals who are friends in real life. That's pretty cool. Apollo. Okay. You want Apollo more than Adam? By the way, anyone joining us here on YouTube, I apologize if it sounds like I'm yelling. Anthony Alexander. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm gonna get my audio stuff put back on here. Oh yeah, so we're talking about One Piece today. What you cooking? We ain't cooking today. This is not the cooking live. You missed that. That was last night. It was like at 12 o'clock at night, but it was last night. Someone sent a gift? Who sent a gift? It must be for the likes. Thank you, Hillary. Oh, you sent the finger hearts. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to tell you right now, Shark, I almost got the volume. If they had volume 2, I would have got it today. I couldn't tell you the answer to that, Stephanie. Or Steven. Starts with E, ends with E, and has one letter in it. Ha ha! That was a good joke. I like that. That was a good joke. Hey, man. You used to do a video on that. Which one? The Lieb one? No, I was actually surprised that I was able to put that one together well and easily. I wasn't expecting it because doing a video saying that a demon is going to heaven is a very hard video to pull off. But when you look at the relationship between Lieb and the other demons and humans, it seems as though he's not supposed to be there or not meant to be there. And so that's where I was able to come up with that. If he had already been like eradicating humans plus fighting the demons, my reaction would have been totally different. I probably would not have done the video that way at all. I would have done it like calling him out for his sins. But that's the big difference for me. You got another riddle for us? An appropriate riddle, but you got another riddle? Guys, it's 5:09, officially at 5:25. We're switching over to Patreon. Well, Patreon and YouTube. We're live here on YouTube, which the link is in the description. Well, in the bio, not on this page description. And my boy Asher has already shown up here on YouTube. What's up, Asher? You already know the rules. You dropped an emoji, my guy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So Shark for you would be 425. Lieb was a human at one point. Yo, I actually didn't get that far. The anime shows that? The anime is not even where I'm at in the manga, so that's weird. Okay, Shark, who else you got for me? When I finish growing login, I'm gonna do Simone and Kamina, Kamina. When I finish Evangelion, I can't wait to do that one. Tetsujiro Soma. Okay. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, Shivers, that quote makes no sense. Salads don't win scrums. Shivers, you can give a recommendation. I did, but I'm going to be honest. Green Gamers, what's up? What's up? Wait, I got to remember. Is Green Gamers Anthony? Is Green Gamers Anthony? I think it is. I could be tripping. Anyway, Green Gamers, drop an emoji in the chat. What I'm trying to read now Hey, great to see you again, man. What's up? How you doing? Wait, did you change your name? Or is it just appearing different? Because it says Yukari, but I'm used to seeing Weed or Holly. Weed and or Holly. Are you the same one? Okay. I'll call you Yukari now then, okay? He's got a... That quote makes more sense in context, I'll be real. What in the world is the context saying that Salad can't win against Scrum? Just a reminder, everybody, please come and join us on the YouTube as we are live here on YouTube as well. The channel, I'm going to be honest with you guys, my YouTube been sleeping. Oh, I 100% bet. Shark, I bet you he does have the best quote. I bet you. Wendy's in the house. It was Weed. Well, the one I always saw was Weed, but I think the other name was also Holly. The sub name or whatever. And then you need to understand how South Africa never loses a scrum. What's a scrum? What does a scrum mean? Am I gonna have to learn South African language? That'll be hard. I'll be willing to, but it'll be hard. Okay. Shark. Who wins, Adam or Gojo? Shark said he don't know how to explain what a scrum is. I don't know what to say, bro. That's hard. He don't know what a scrum is. What's up, Allie? I've been doing okay. I've been all over the place today. I spent like 30 minutes fighting with a camera. That's why for those that are on the Patreon, you didn't see the link for the Patreon post until like just now. So I do want to apologize for that. I'm actually going to start using my calendar more to update that more correctly. Because like I said, guys, I want y'all to get quality content. And you're not getting quality content if you get stuff last minute. Am I right? You're not getting quality content if it's last minute. So we're going to fix for that. Well, thank you for that, Yukari. I appreciate that. The most masculine thing you'll ever see. I'll have to give it to Gojo unless there's a god, so Adam can use Eyes of the Lord. Well, it should be here in about 2 weeks, Anthony. I got to do a video on it. Thank you, Allie. Thank you. Okay. I would argue that cursed energy is a demon or a demonic power. So I think he could on a low use it. I think it would actually work. By the way, Shark, you're making my mind race already. Yo, it's 5:15. Remember, everybody, at 5:25, 5 minutes till 5:30 or 4:30, wherever you're at, we're going to switch immediately over to YouTube. What that means is I won't be saying anything to the TikTok other than guiding you to the YouTube. If you have any comments, any questions, anything like that, you want to do that on the YouTube and I'll respond to you here. Otherwise, I won't be paying attention to it here. So make sure that you guys switch over. We're officially going to be doing the live streaming on YouTube and Patreon at 5:30. So get ready to switch. Get ready to switch. You don't have to switch right now, but just get ready to. Allie in the building. Wendy! Wendy, are you following Allie? Where'd she go? Are you and Allie following each other? Is this a joke? How big is a measure of seed? You know what's crazy, Anthony? That sounds like a question Jesus himself would have asked. And I have to say, I don't know the answer to that. What's up, Kyler? I see you in the you just joined. What's up? I don't know the answer to that. And to answer you, Yukari, what we're streaming for today, guys. We're gonna be looking at One Piece, chapter 2 and chapter 3, because we just went through the backstory of Luffy's childhood and him getting the devil fruit and all of that. But we're gonna be breaking that down today. We're gonna be breaking down Luffy starting his adventure. We're gonna be reviewing Luffy starting his adventure in the One Piece manga, chapter 2 and chapter 3. I will not risk streaming any video clips off of YouTube for the sake of not having the stream interrupted or canceled. I don't like when that happens. Is something wrong with TikTok? Everyone okay? Oh no, Shivers. Depending on what you say, it'll try and block it per the guidelines if they suspect it to be suspicious content or language. So that's all it is. Oh, I really messed up the outline of this, actually. Uh-oh. This is going to be all over the place. Hold on. Got to find the beginning of chapter 2. I think I started right about... Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we're in it. You're welcome, Yukari. And I'm here for any other future conversations that we will have. Hold on, let me grab my weapon there. I could very easily cheat code to I'm totally gonna cheat code. You said what, 1832? He said, how big is a measure of seed? I got a Bible question, y'all, so we're pulling up the Bible to answer the Bible question. And with the stones, he built an altar in the name of the Lord, and he made a trench about the altar as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. Well, let me see. What is a measure of seed? I mean, technically, I would argue that the eyes of the 6, or the 6 eyes that Gojo has, are on a god tier level, so. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. We're switching over to YouTube. Everybody who's here on YouTube, please go ahead and drop an emoji. Let me know that you're here. Let me see you. Drop an emoji. I gotta get going to sleep now. Have a great day. Oh, also, what name should I call you? You can call me Kentario. If you can remember it, you can call me Kentario. As long as you can afford it, yes. Shivers, yes, I do know Tokyo Ghoul. Wait. Y'all playing with me. Hold on. Y'all playing. Come near to me, Sacrificing the wood. Wow, hold on. I'm totally gonna cheat code. We're doing good, Wendy. Wendy, are you friends with Allie? My players want to wipe a city off the map to widespread unethical experimenting. I'm shook. Please tell me you're talking about a game. Where'd you tag me on? You tagged me on, where'd you tag me on? Is there something for me to look up later? Oh. I hope this one helps, Anthony. Um, I've never watched Death Parade. I've always wanted to, but I've never watched it. I might just have to sit down tonight and either tomorrow or Sunday. I'm gonna watch that. Can I come on before a second before you switch YouTube so I can say my recommendation? No, I can't, only because I got to be able to switch immediately. And I got to answer his question as well. All right, so a measure of seeds, or a sia, there's another word called a sia, which is it's basically a third part of the epa, or the ephah, however you say it. It's equal to the capacity of 144 medium-sized eggs, or what is equal in volume to 9 U.S. quarts, or 8.5 liters. So it's equal to that. That's my thing. I'm wrestling with keeping Crunchyroll or not. I don't want to risk messing up my budget by getting Crunchyroll again. Cause I would rather get me a gym membership than do that. So that's my big thing. One more minute. One more minute. We got one more minute till we switch over, people. Okay, hold on. Okay, interesting place. One more minute until the adventure begins. One more minute. One more minute. I got you, man. I got you. I'm so sorry I couldn't pull you up, but to keep on the time, I gotta keep it tight. And also, I gotta going out eat with a friend who Anthony the made it. What's good, my man? What's good, my man? Green Gamer, how you doing? Yeah. I don't know why the stream is so iffy about certain words. My man Rattles is in the house. He's on the YouTube. All right, everybody. 5:25. My attention is switching. If you're joining us here on TikTok, just know, switch on over. Wendy, if you could pin that message on here, come join us on YouTube. Link in bio. If you could pin a message like that for me on here, I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that. Hey, I told you I was doing chapter 2. Chapter 2. I don't know why it only tells me there's one person when I know there's more people in here. My recommendation is Ken Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul meeting Jesus. Woo, that would be good. That would be good. That would be real good. Thank you, Wendy. And so, as we're getting started, this is my last chip, I promise. As you guys know, here on Christ and Comics, we have a YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, Instagram, and a Twitter. Most of the time, Twitter and Instagram aren't really being used. I know that not a lot of attention is there. People don't really like being on there. C-Bab, it's good to see you. What's up? What's up? Yeah, you finally got it through. But, guys, we here on Christ and Comics have a Patreon account. I don't expect everybody to be rich. I don't expect everybody to, break their pockets, messed up their budget to be a part of this, okay? That's why the Patreon is only set up for $1 a month. This is where, yes, you're able to join on this live here on YouTube, but let's say you missed the live. The lives are immediately deleted from the YouTube and posted up to the Patreon. My Patreon members are going to kick my tail because they're going to be like, bro, no, you don't. You're right. I haven't been really keeping that posted up here. So, over the next week, all missed videos are going to be posted. Not only are those videos directly posted here solely for Patreon members to be able to view, you get real-time updates on anything that changes, new projects that are coming up. They're posted here as well. This will be the first place I post. And then 3 days later, I'll be posting to my other platforms for the other things that are taking place. So you get first look by being a Patreon member. You get second look by being on any of the other platforms. For example, the photo shoot for the merch. Let's give a shout out to Wendy as well, because Wendy went in and got herself a shirt. So first off, become a Patreon member if you can. It's only $1 a month. I would love it if you guys would join us. Not only that, like I said, we have Christ and Comics products available for people as well. For those of you that want to support this platform, I encourage you, please. I don't even need you to simply buy stuff with like my merch on it. I don't really care too much about that, right? I like actually you being able to have these Christian anime journals, which I think are truly a blessing. Now, I offer these on a program known as Redbubble. And the thing with Redbubble, it can be pretty expensive. The original price for these journals is $22.91. I feel you, that's a lot. But now for the upcoming week, or at least the next couple of days, they're doing a 30% off discount right now for all products. So these journals you can get at $16 right now, ranging from Dragon Ball Z journals to Naruto journals. And I'd love for you to get your hands on them. Okay, I would love it. And if you do want to support this platform by having Christ and Comics specific merch, like I said, we got t-shirts, we got long sleeves, we have a mug, we have the hoodie. Y'all have seen me in it. Y'all saw me rocking it in my post. Y'all saw me. I was looking so fly. Look at me. I'm looking fly, and I'm not a fly looking guy. I got the gap of $1 million right here. But you see, I can take a good picture now. I can take a good picture. So, shout out once again to Wendy. She went ahead and got her hand on a t-shirt. So, God bless you, Wendy. I appreciate your support. And I pray that the shirt meets your needs, that it fits, that it looks good. That's the main thing that I hope for out of you getting this, and that you enjoy having this product, that it blesses you. So, thank you once again. And anybody else that wants to get in on this, this is where you can get them at on Redbubble. The link is actually in the description of this YouTube video to be able to get to here, as well as the link being in the description of the Patreon post for my Patreon members. So thank y'all once again. Now that we got all the hubba-la-bubba out of the way, let's get ready to do this actual video. Oh, I almost forgot. Matter of fact, I got a surprise for everybody that's here. I got a surprise for all y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna regret doing this, but I'm gonna make this big. I'm gonna make this big. Hold on. There we go. I'll put it back down here in a second, okay? I'll put it back down in a second. I want y'all to be able to see it. Because I'm starting this new rule. Other than the Inuyasha video that I'm going to have posted for Halloween, talking about demons, I'm going to be going forward having merch for any anime or manga that I review. And so, being that I'm going to be reviewing Attack on Titan, I got my hands on some Attack on Titan merch. I went ahead and got me some Attack on Titan merch, people. Volume is very low. I hear you. I hear you. Let me, There we go. Okay. We got the hoodie. Oh, it's upside down. Hold on. Blue's my favorite color, so I had to get my color. Yo, I can't just do what y'all want. Check it. What y'all think? Check that out. What y'all think, yo? Hey. Yes, sir. I'd put it on if we weren't talking about One Piece. I really would. I'd throw this Joker on so fast. But I got it off Temu, guys. And you know Temu like a hook a brother up. You know what? Shivers? Yes, you can. And then I had to go get the cape. You know what I'm saying? I had to take advantage of the opportunity. We got a cape for the AOT as well. We in the team now, guys. We're officially on the team. We're in the survey court. We'll go out every day. Hey, we're in the survey court for the gospel, homie. We're in the survey courts for the gospel. We go out every week. We're going out every week to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. You hear me? Y'all want to go out and find Titans? Cool. I'm out here trying to share the gospel of Jesus. I want to save people. Hey. Okay. Oh man. Hold on. Let me try the hood on real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna put the hat back on. I promise. I just want to try the hood on. Hold on. Yo. Oh. I'm bad with this. If I wasn't so fat in the face, I would look so fly right now. I gotta iron this thing. I don't like wrinkles. What y'all think? Yo, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be great. I like this. This is awesome. I cannot wait to review Attack on Titan now because I got the merch for the review. Guys. It's gonna be great. Yeah. Okay. I done enough yippity yapping. Let's get back to work. All right. Oh, where'd my thing go? Oh, y'all play too much, bro. Paint. Okay. So, we're starting with One Piece. Our story left off with going over the backstory of Luffy, in which Luffy, of course, he ate the devil fruit. He was confused about the conduct of pirates, being that Shanks and his crew allowed some mountain bandits to disrespect them, and Luffy didn't get it. He didn't like it, and so when the bandits came back, Luffy tried to throw hands with him without fully knowing how his devil fruit powers work and all of that other stuff. And so Luffy getting kidnapped while Shanks is coming to his defense, gets thrown into the middle of the ocean while a sea serpent comes up to devour both Luffy and the bandit. Luffy is saved by Shanks at the cost of Shanks' arm. But this leads into Luffy starting his adventure after receiving the popularized, well-known straw hat. The straw hat, everybody. And so Luffy's beginning his adventure. He's on this little dinghy, going out to sea to begin this adventure. This is even the instance, before the first chapter actually ended, he said he wanted to get 10 crew members. So as far as I know, I think we're only up to 9, but we're probably up to 10 by now. I could be wrong. I'll do a count later, but I think we're only up to 9 crew members. And so with these 9 crew members, right, we see Luffy going on his way and having the worst luck. And what happens? My man gets caught up in a whirlpool. He gets snatched up in a whirlpool. And the only thing he's so calm about it. He's like, what do I do? This is horrible. I can't swim. I got an idea. Boop, gets in the barrel. He gets in the daggone barrel. Now, what this ends up doing is, I want to go ahead and point this out. Chapter 1 gave us Shanks. Shanks wasn't pillaging the village. Shanks wasn't attacking people. He wasn't unaliving people. W. Hunt, my boy, what's good? Hold on, guys. Hold on. I gotta pause. I know I said I wasn't going to say anything to the TikTok, but my boy, I've missed my man W. Hunt. W. Hunt, I'm gonna start texting you more, man. I've been missing you, bro. I've missed you so very much, man. I've missed you so very much. It is so good to see you, brother. It is so very good to see you. I just wanted you to know that. Kyler, come and join us on the YouTube, man. Come and join us on YouTube. But W, I love you, bro. I'm so glad to see you. Ah, it blessed my heart. Okay, back to the video. Now, when it comes to this, right, where we met the bandits, we got what you could say is a good depiction of pirates through Shanks and his crew, the red-haired pirates. But now we get into this arc where we get introduced to the leader of the pirates, the what is the Alvida pirates? The Heart Pirates? I forget what they were called. I think it's Alvida pirates. We get introduced to Captain Iron Mace Alvida. Alvida being a captain of a pirate crew. And her big thing is making sure that every member of her crew fears her, but also recognizes her as beautiful. W. Hunt has joined up on the YouTube. Shout out to my boy. Thank you for joining us, man. Thank you. Now, that's the thing here is where Shanks is a very loving, chill, laid-back kind of pirate. Alvida is very in-your-face, shouting and robust, not robust in size, but just robust in attitude, though she is still robust in size. And she's also extremely abusive. She puts down the people in her crew. She's abusing this young boy here that we see, and y'all better know who this man is. This is Kobe. This is my main man, Kobe. Now, they've done stopped into port to kind of drop off some stuff that they stole. Now, I want to pause here because I want to point something out that not a lot of people pay attention to. Manga and anime oftentimes are depicted differently, okay? What we're seeing here that happened in the manga is completely different than what took place in the anime. Because in the anime, Alvida attacked a boat where she got her hands on this barrel that we see here with Kobe, right? In Kobe's hands here. She attacked that boat to get the barrel, and in the background is where we see Nami slowly being introduced into the story that way. That's not what happened in the manga. In the manga, it was they stopped at port. They picked up the barrel, and that's when they were about to open the barrel because they were hoping to have some free alcohol that they picked up. They wanted to get in the box, the whole nine like that. That's how this happened. Now, I know that I pointed this out to be like, there is a difference between anime and manga. I want to make it clear, at least for me, that this is not a huge difference that hurts my feelings or hurts my ability to enjoy the story simply because they made a change like this. I'm not bothered by it. I'm not hindered by it. It's okay because the story can progress smoothly without hindering the characters or how they're being depicted. Kobe is still depicted as this pushover little, I don't like using this word, but simpy young boy who's stuck in this pirate crew as we're about to see. And so this is where we now get the famous introduction on this boat of my man Luffy. My man Monkey D. Luffy. Boy, I love this guy. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all understand how much I love Monkey D. Luffy. This dude is dope. He said I got so dizzy I thought I was gonna barf. I love this man. I love this man. His happiness is me to my core. 100%. His happiness is me to my core. I love Luffy. Luffy stashed himself in the barrel to survive a whirlpool, which happened to work for some strange reason. And then gets picked up by these pirates, and now he wants to bust out after having a good nap. And so he's getting fussed at by all these guys. They're like shocked, like, what the heck, man? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And this results in Alvida throwing her mace, hitting all of her henchmen, and also knocking the barrel into the woods. She wants to know who is making all that noise, all that screaming. And so they're pointing out who this person is. They're directing it to Luffy. But in them directing Alvida to Luffy, this is what leads Alvida to, question based off of what they say, whether or not it's a bounty hunter that's been sent after him. But not just any bounty hunter. a very famous and popular bounty hunter who has successfully been, capturing his targets, that being Roronoa Zoro. This is where we get introduced to Roronoa Zoro as a pirate hunter. Hey, that's perfectly fine, Second Reformation. You are more than welcome to. And I'd love your feedback no matter what it is. Okay, so she fears it's Roronoa Zoro, but we know that's not who it is. And look at Luffy. He's just laughing it up while he's in this barrel. And he's sitting here talking with Kobe. Now, this conversation is important because we want to get an introduction more into Luffy's mindset now. Because he's no longer that, we need to fight everybody, ignorant to what life is really like. We got to fight everybody that wants to fight against us. We got to do this and this. We got to do this and that. He's actually way more chill right now. Luffy is actually extremely way more chill. He wasn't this chill as a kid. He was not this chill. So he's gone through some things that have, I would argue, matured his character that I don't think a lot of people acknowledge Luffy for. But his experiences have made him a bit more at peace with having to face reality rather than being afraid of facing it. So he's able to go through what he went through with the barrel. He's able to sit here and have this conversation with Kobe after a hammer was thrown at him. He's able to be this laid back. Now, I'm going to go into, by the end of this video, talking about some differences between the live action of One Piece and One Piece hit their depiction of Luffy versus how they depict Luffy here in this. And because I think there actually is a stark difference that not a lot of fans are really clued into. And I know that everyone argues. It's like, well, Ichiro Oda approved it, so it don't matter. You're right. Ichiro Oda approved it, but that's not what Ichiro Oda was given in the manga or even the anime versus what we get in the live action. But we see them basically talking about what's going on, Luffy expressing what he wants to do, and then Kobe is telling him what he was hoping he could do. And that is escape on a little dinghy that he put together himself. That looks very poorly put together. That Luffy couldn't only acknowledge as a coffin and not a boat to get away with. And he's been working on this for 2 years, and that's the best he could do. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but that's the best he could do. That's the best he could do. And you know what's interesting here is, what's interesting about this is Luffy is chill, laid back, not worried about anybody, not worried about anything, not letting stuff get him down or hinder him too much. Kobe, however, is stuck working with Alvida. We're going to get into why. What makes him stuck working for Alvida? Hold on, I gotta find out. I don't see the panel. I thought there was a panel where this happened. No, I don't have the panel. Hold on, I don't have the panel. Hold on, I gotta go back. Maybe that's it. Let me see if I can find the panel, people. Hold on. See if I can find the panel. Let me see if I can find the panel. Here we go. Here's what we missed. Now we're back on track. All right. There's a couple of stuff we missed when it came to this conversation. Luffy and Kobe are chatting it up where he's getting a feel for where Luffy's heart and mind is, and Luffy's getting a feel for Kobe's getting a feel for Luffy. Luffy's getting a feel for Kobe. Kobe expressing how he's trapped working for these pirates, though he doesn't want to be a pirate. He wants to be in the Navy, but he can't get out, and there's no way that he can get out. And here's the thing. Luffy calls him out on his bullcrap. He's like, dude, you're kind of clumsy and dumb. And look at this. And he says, and you're gutless, and you're really worthless. He's like, you don't have to be that frank. But you're right. I don't have the guts to float around at sea in a barrel like you. Luffy, why did you go to sea anyway? Okay, so let me pause here. I want to pause here because y'all saw earlier we pointed out the boat, right? Because he wants to be able to get away. And he spent 2 years of his life. This isn't no subtlety, guys. This is real, really impactful. He spent 2 years of his life just building a boat, right? But in building the boat, we can see by what Luffy identifies in him, you're clumsy, you're dumb, you're worthless, you're gutless, pointing all these weaknesses in him, that although he has the boat, he's not really ever going to leave. He doesn't have the heart to do what he needs to do, though he put in work naturally to pull these things off. You know what I mean? It's like this gets into a lot of what Jesus was always talking about. People thinking that obedience to the law is about action and behavior and simply disciplines and practices. But the gospel is actually about accepting, receiving, and operating from within yourself the things that you claim to believe. Like I said, he could put his hands to work to build the boat, but he couldn't bring himself to actually leave. Someone can put their hands to work to keep all of the statutes of the law, but if you're being mean to your neighbor, are you actually being a Christ-like individual, a believer? Are you really obeying the law if you're mistreating and insulting and abusing those that you're supposed to be responsible for? Are you really demonstrating who Christ is in those moments? You're really not. Let's relate it back to Kobe. If you're saying, you know what, let me use myself. I want to do content. I want my TikTok to hit 100,000 by the middle of next year. I want my YouTube to be at 10,000 by the middle of next year. But if I'm telling you, I'm fine with being honest. If I'm last minute posting on Patreon, last minute posting on YouTube, if I'm making crappy content on TikTok, am I actually going to meet that goal? No. I have to adjust for my laziness and my neglect to be able to actually make that quality content. I didn't know those red lines were right there, guys. I'm sorry. To make that quality content that I aim to make, that will thus garner more people to want to follow and support this platform and be blessed by what we do. And even more so, I can actually level up myself when I work on myself to then do that. I can't just be like, I'm just going to make a video. I'm just going to make a TikTok. I'm just going to make this. I'm just going to make that. I'm not changing anything. So what's the point of doing the same thing? Nothing will move if you don't change something about what you do and how you do it. That was Kobe's problem. And Luffy called him out on it. But now Luffy's been asked, well, what do you want to do? What does this result in? This results in Luffy making the declaration of his dream. I want to be king of the pirates. I don't know if y'all know that laugh. That's the OG 4Kids Monkey D Luffy laugh. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Boy, I grew up with that laugh, man. It stuck with me, man. I love the mess out of that laugh. I love that laugh. Second Reformation says, honestly, I think I'm going to wait for a few years and see how mature I am by then. Based on that, I can decide whether or not I feel fit or okay with reading Berserk. That is a very, very wise decision. Second Reformation. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? If you're okay with me asking that, how old are you? I'd love to know. Not love like, ooh, now I'm going to exploit a teenager. No, I'm just curious. That's my curiosity. Wins out a lot of times. For real, for real. But Luffy makes the declaration of what he wants to do. He wants to become king of the pirates. Now, there is a subcontext to what it means to pursue that dream of becoming king of the pirates that is not immediately identified here, and we won't talk about in this video, but he's done declared his dream. How many of you, thank you for that, okay, even being 17, you're not assuming your maturity, Reformation, so I commend you for not assuming how mature you are. What's up, Gambit? Come and join us on YouTube, man. We're live streaming and discussing One Piece. And we're looking at a couple of the comic book panels too. So I'd love it if you and your girl would come and join us if y'all are together right now. I'd love it if y'all come and join us. And so, yeah, this is a big dream. Why is this a big dream? It's because of the beginning of the series. He's looking for the One Piece so that he can become the king of the pirates. This is a nearly impossible goal. A nearly impossible adventure. Okay? And look at Kobe's reaction. Kobe's like, what? King of the pirates? But you'd have to make the whole world kneel to you. Look at that power. You'd have to get the world to yield to you. Wealth, fame, power. You have achieved it all. Don't tell me you're after Gold Roger's lost treasure, One Piece. Yes, that's what Luffy is after. Luffy wants the One Piece. I'm sorry if that yelling came through very distorted. I apologize. He wants the One Piece, man. He wants the One Piece. He wants the One Piece. Do you know what it'll take to pull that off? keep in mind, he's associating what it means to find the One Piece. You know what? I will say it, though. It's going to be revealed later, which is fine. Hey, Marvel guy, come join us here on YouTube, my boy. Come join us here on YouTube, my boy. We're talking about One Piece. We're looking at the comic panels here. I'd love it if you come and join us. We're talking about One Piece, my guy. He says, you're going to make the world kneel before you. You want fame, power, and achieve all of this. Luffy ain't really actually after that. I want you to think about this. Luffy is not actually after causing the world to kneel to him. He's not after fame, power, and wealth. Though he wants the treasure, he's not after the treasure. What's up, Marvel guy? Welcome, my dude. Welcome. Welcome. We're talking about Luffy revealing his dream of becoming the king of the pirates and how Kobe disagrees with him. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Like, I know there's a lot of Christians that find this type of narrative demonic or blasphemous. But this is really getting into a very Christ-like symbolism in this. Because I want you to think about how mind-boggling, how shocking it had to be for the disciples to learn who Jesus was, what Jesus was going to do, that he's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, even up to the point of him saying that he was going to go and unalive himself on the cross for our sins and then rebuild the temple in 3 days, as he said, and them not accepting that. That language, that attitude, that confusion, and that shock is the same shock Kobe has about Luffy wanting to become the Pirate King. It's the same shock of mentality. But here's the thing about, unless we can bring it back to more of a carnal, natural sense, here's the thing about Kobe having this perspective. You ever told someone your goals and your dreams? I'm going to tell y'all mine. I want to become successful on YouTube and TikTok and all of these platforms. I want to be able to share the gospel using anime, manga, and comic books, but that's just the surface of what I want to do. I genuinely want to be able to full-time share the gospel. That's also a thing, and it's extremely possible. But I also want to establish an officially, here in America, my very own community. I want to establish my very own community. And when I say my very own community, I don't mean like screw America, I'm not going to abide by America's laws, we're going to make my own nation in a nation. I'm not talking like that. I'm saying by the laws and the precepts and the rules and the expectations of the world of here in America, and the ways that I can become successful and wealthy to the extent that I will have something to pass down to my children and to my children's children by being able to establish a neighborhood, homes that are secured and prepared for those generations to be able to have those homes, have that wealth, have the wisdom to keep it, pursue the necessary careers that will upkeep that same community. That's what I am aiming to establish for the future of my children. And that sounds like a nearly impossible feat. I'm already 32. I'm 32. I realistically would love to have 3 to 6 kids. I'm really late into the game. But I have faith, not that I'll necessarily get my kids and get my neighborhood per se, but that the steps will be made to get me on track, that the next generation can continue that. Same thing with Abraham. Abraham didn't have to have a nation from Sarah's loins. She probably would have died in the process of that. But eventually that nation was born through Abraham. I'm not saying I'm Abraham either, but that's just a desire and a drive that I have is for that to come to pass. But that sounds impossible. For someone like Kobe, who is stuck in the lifestyle that he's in, stuck under the oppressive hand of an abusive pirate that demands that I lie to myself about what and who she is by saying she's beautiful and the most wonderful captain, when she's really not. No, Kobe is cool after this moment. Kobe is cool after this moment. I agree with you too. W goes for sure. But he's revealing where he has restricted himself. There's an impartation upon hearing what other people want to do, a restriction on them and their dreams. You ever notice where people have hindered themselves or hurt themselves or been hurt by people or been hurt in all of these different ways? They then try to enforce and prescribe their hurt onto other people, their suffering onto other people. That's the issue that we have with Kobe here, is that he's trying to prescribe his own pain onto Luffy. Luffy don't give a crap. Luffy don't care. Man, get out of my face with that nonsense. Get out of my face with that nonsense. And he even goes as far as to tell Luffy that he's never going to become Pirate King because it'll never happen. It's impossible. You'll die before that happens. That's a stupid dream. Why would you do that? Like, he's going off on him, and he gets decked in the head. He's like, you were hysterical. Calm down. What's up, Hobbs? How you doing, my boy? How you doing, my boy? We're here on YouTube. We're here on Patreon. We're still live on TikTok, but make sure y'all come and join me here on YouTube. We're talking about One Piece today. And here's what Luffy says that's so very powerful. Luffy doesn't care if he dies trying to become the Pirate King. He says, I've set myself to become the Pirate King, to become the king of the pirates. And if I die trying, then at least I tried. I want to challenge every single Christian that's here. And if you're not Christian, this challenge is not to you. I want to challenge every Christian here that you live your life as unto the Lord with that same mindset also. This is who I want to become. I want to glorify God. I want to lift up his holy name with my very life. And if I die trying, then at least I tried. That's enough for me as a Christian. I don't care if I get a neighborhood. I don't care if I get a community. I care that I live my life as unto the Lord in its fullness. Who can commit, and now this can include the non-Christians that are listening to this, who can commit themselves to their dreams and their passions and their drives on this level of saying, I don't care if I live, I don't care if I die, I want to make this passion happen, I want to make this dream happen, I'm going to pull this off, I don't care. I don't care what it takes. Yo, thank you so very much, Special Made. I appreciate you, man. You know what you need to do, man? You need to come join us here. This is the greatest lot of... That's a great way to live our lives. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Hobbs. I almost put words in your mouth. I thought you said this is the greatest live of all lives. I know it's not the greatest live of all lives, so I'm sorry for missing that. But you gotta go live when I'm at work, dude. I'm in. Let me know. Yo, no, for real, bro. For real. I gotta find the anime clip for this and do a voiceover. That's what I gotta do. And the determination has shocked Kobe. You're telling me a boy that's been subject to a system that oppresses him is being introduced to a person who doesn't let the system oppress him to inspire him to no longer be an oppressed individual. That's speaking facts. For my black audience, don't let a system oppress you. The system only successfully oppresses you if you let it. I said what I said. A system only successfully oppresses you if you let it. This is now where Kobe reveals his dream. Maybe it's possible. Do you think I can join the Navy? Believers in Christ in the chat. Believe this strongly. Thank you, Hobbs. Spreading the gospel is indeed always a great live stream. Kitsune! Come over to YouTube! Come on, Kitsune, come on over. And sorry to you, Speeder Boy. We are live on YouTube, so I'm not answering any questions on TikTok. I do apologize for the loss, my dude. But come join us on YouTube if you want. Come on over, Kitsune. He wants to join the Navy. He said, we'll end up being enemies, but I want to join the Navy and fight the bad guys. It's been my dream since I was a little kid. I want to join the Navy. I want to fight the bad guys. We may be enemies, but this is what I want to do. Now, here's the thing about this, guys. Both of them have big dreams. And this is a very honest and hurtful thing to say. Both of these characters are extremely ignorant about what it will take to meet these dreams. Both Luffy and both Kobe are ignorant about what it takes to meet these dreams because both of them go through experiences. Now, let me clarify something. Luffy is not ignorant to bad pirates. Luffy is not ignorant to bad marines. Luffy is not ignorant to good pirates. Luffy is not ignorant to good marines. good kings, bad kings. Luffy's not ignorant that these people exist. Luffy doesn't let those people's actions and decisions keep him from succeeding. He contends with them. He challenges them. He fights for his friends, sure. But he is not hindered by knowing that these type of people exist in the world. So although he is ignorant, and although he does end up suffering a lot of losses later, he still pushes forward after the fact because he has a reason to keep pushing forward his friends, as we will soon see. My arm. Woo. Oh, no. It's going to pop. Oh, yeah. That was great. He has a reason to push forward. Kobe believes that the Marines are the good guys, Navy is that the Navy are the good guys, and the pirates are the bad guys. I'm gonna have to fight all the bad people. I want to join the Navy so I can fight the bad people, only to learn that there are some bad people in the Navy, corrupt actions and practices, and he's still gonna have to walk out this dream. How often do we have to do that as Christians? We might only get through chapter 2 today, guys. Good Lord. How often does that happen? We'll do chapter 3 on Sunday. But how often does this happen, guys? How often does this happen? Where we become Christians, people say, I'm going to follow God. People say, I'm going to give my life to Christ, yada, yada, bing, bang, boom. Only for when they find out that there are abusive pastors, verbally, physically, emotionally, financially abusive pastors, preachers, rude women in the church, sexual actions happening between ministers and preachers, and then having inappropriate women on the front row. I'm gonna keep it stacked because it is inappropriate. Homosexuality being practiced between members in the church. Let me clarify before TikTok and other people start getting irate about what I just said. It's one thing to struggle with the desire and fight against it. It's another thing to be going to church and fooling around with the other men with the men, and the women with the women in the church. That's a problem. But that doesn't mean I should give up on church. That doesn't mean that I should stop being a Christian. That doesn't mean that I should stop following Christ. The same thing goes for Luffy. The same thing goes for Kobe. I'm still going to be a pirate, though there's bad pirates. And Kobe's still going to be a Marine, even though there's bad Marines. Even though they fight for the Celestial Dragon. Spoilers. You still got to walk that out. Reformation says, I recently committed to only consuming certain series through only physical manga so that I can manually censor it as I go, because lust is one of my biggest struggles. It would be cool to own all of the One Piece volumes someday. Absolutely, I 100% agree with you. And I agree with you with your struggle too. That's been my struggle as well. And getting rid of the bad content is like Kobe making the dinghy. You can get rid of the bad content and block the bad content, but the change has to happen in your heart and mind. And that's what I believe is working through you as well, Reformation. And that's what I believe is working through me, even though I still struggle and even though I still fail sometimes. That the victory is going to be in the Lord. When the victory is set in stone, the glory will all go to the Lord, not to me. What's up, Allie? I hope you joined us on YouTube, okay? Man, those people that pricked my arm, man, I can't trust nobody no more. I can't believe they did me like that. Let's keep it going. Here's a good thing. I like this part. Luffy said, Luffy and, not Luffy. I like Luffy because Luffy doesn't falsely encourage people. Luffy didn't tell him he could do it. But Luffy said, I don't know. And this is what he says. He's like, well, I'm going to do it. What have I got to lose? I don't want to be a miserable cabin boy my whole life. Better to risk my life trying to achieve my dream. I'll join the Navy and then I'll capture Alveda. He finally, instead of telling the lie, am I answering here? No, I'm not answering here. I'm sticking to the script. But you can still ask your question. I don't mind. I'm answering you now, actually. So yeah, I'll probably answer your question. And which Psyche are you talking about? Psyche K? Let me know which one you're talking about. Could you clarify Psyche K if that's what you're asking? Well, he's going to capture Alvida. He went from telling those lies of saying, Alvida is beautiful, to, I'm going to capture Alvida. I'm going to take her down. I'm no longer going to be her cabin boy. Respect, Kobe. You're finally speaking your heart. You're letting the truth of your heart pour out. Who shows up? Alvida. Who shows up? Alvida. She says, who are you gonna capture, Rent? And she smashes that poorly kept dinghy, so that's fine. I don't know enough about Psyche K. If it's about him being psychic, I am very iffy on that. But if it's just a goofy series about having powers with no perverse content happening within it and it's comedic with powers, I don't see an issue. I do want to challenge what the overall story and message is supposed to be. And if there is none, it might just simply be okay for Christians. If it's just for entertainment and a good laugh, that's fine. But you really need to filter out what do you find funny. That's what I would say about Psyche K. I've never watched it. I'm not interested in stuff like that. I like One Punch Man. They do a great job of making a gag manga like that. I don't like how Psyche K does it. Yes, speaking the truth in your heart is a very Christian practice for sure. And speaking the truth might make your enemy attack you. Come on, I did not know it was going to be this good. Speaking the truth might get you attacked by your enemy. Isn't that what the devil do? As soon as you want to make a declaration of faith and declaration of change, the devil or your flesh moves to hinder you or cause you to have those desires. I heard Reformation talking about I struggle with lust. He's talking about struggling with lust and filtering the content. I promise you 9 times out of 10, the enemy is going to be like dropping like little seeds everywhere. Like he's going to be watching like a live action show and that cleavage is going to show. And then that's going to tempt him. And he's going to be tempted in all of these other areas. And so you got to be prepared to, nevertheless, when you make a declaration, to go to fight for your declaration. You got to go to battle for your declaration. Reformation says, but it depends on what you fill your heart with. If it is filled with evil, you will spread it. That is true. That is very, very true. And here's the interesting thing is, as easy as it is to fill your heart with evil, you can, in fact, contend with the evil with good. So, although Kobe was living with Alvida, he wasn't influenced to live a pirate's life. His heart was not hindered. That's where, like I said earlier, that's where his words betrayed him, because his words were not the truth of his heart. Oftentimes, even as us as believers, when we're trying to function as a part of society, we may not outright say, well, I deny Jesus, but we'll allow people to talk inappropriately and pervertedly around us or with us, and we'll laugh along with them, or we'll pat them on the back, or we won't call them out for it. And on some level, sure, it really isn't going to have an effect on you. But over too much time passing, you allowing those behaviors to continue, and your Christ-like conduct doesn't show, it starts to shape your personality. So Kobe was pretty lucky not being influenced to become a part of this. So that's pretty interesting. I say that because we will see Luffy fight against people or contend with people who have changed hearts as the series goes on. So that's interesting. That panel that I showed that I don't want to go back to, where it was at the very end, the other end, Luffy calls her ugly. Luffy calls Alvida ugly. But this is important, because that motivates Kobe to finally again tell the truth. He said, Lady Alvida is the ugliest old hag of all. Making Luffy laugh his butt off. Now, I gotta call this out. I don't know if y'all have seen the One Piece live action. If you have not, I'm sorry. I'm about to give you a spoiler. Because this doesn't happen with Kobe. This doesn't happen with Kobe. Kobe doesn't make that declaration out loud in Alvida's face. Right? Here's the thing about him making that declaration. It actually motivates Luffy, where Kobe was getting attacked by Alvida, to defend her, to defend him. Now, we can quibble over whether or not that was an actual motivator. We can. But my comprehension of this moment is that him defending him like this motivated him to, him speaking up for himself motivated him to defend him. Luffy's not apt to defend people who lie to themselves and lie to others. Luffy's not motivated to help people who do that. Crazy thing is, too, as much of a dunce as Luffy is, Luffy doesn't often get tricked with lies. No one can come up to him and be like, oh, please help me, I'm in danger. You can't damsel in distress Luffy. It don't really work. It don't really work. So, for Luffy to defend him, he needs to see the heart of Kobe. Now, I want y'all to think about something. Our God is gracious, right? Our God is gracious. He fights for us, right? Don't hurt. What the devil thinks hurts us, don't hurt the Lord. Oh, that'll preach, won't it? What the devil thinks hurts us won't hurt the Lord. But all his tips, all of his tricks, his fiery darts, everything that he tries to throw at us, don't work on God. I'm convicting myself, guys. I'm convicting myself. So what I guess, man, that hit me. I don't know why that hit me so hard. But I guess you could say that telling the truth, being honest with God, warrants more of his defense than us simply soaping and sopping in his grace. His grace is wonderful. I'm not denying the value and the necessity of God's grace. But sometimes we can kind of wallow in the grace so much that we never operate in that power of God. The power of God reveals itself in the truth. So when we tell the truth, his power shows itself. Man. But Luffy's able to block it. Because he's what? The rubber man. Luffy is the rubber man. And my boy launches the gum pistol. Pew, pow. Knocking out Alvida. Bing! One punch. It only took him one punch. Saitama wasn't the first one punch man. That was Luffy. Luffy did the first one punch. No, he didn't. I'm making that up. I'm just making that up. I'm making up Luffy did the first one punch. I'm joking. I'm going to keep going and see if I can get to chapter 2. Right? Crazy. Because my man's made of rubber. I'm rubber, you're glue. Anything that you try to stick to me sticks back to you. I think that's how the saying goes. Now, I want to point this out too. It's not bad. Like I said, it's not bad. But this is another difference between the manga and the anime. Hey, Allie, we're live on YouTube if you want to come and join us. We're just reviewing the series of One Piece. I'd love it if you come and join us on YouTube. But he knocks out Alvida on land, where in the manga, when they're still fighting on that boat because it was getting pillaged. But then two, he punches Alvida all like across like the waters. And so a lot of people also use that as like the stats for what Luffy can actually do too. But you know, it was really just on land. He punched her out in one punch. Knocked her out in one punch, not knocked her in the water. And then he demands they give Kobe a dinghy. Ooh. I know I keep relating it all back to the gospel, but I gotta be me, bro. Think about this. Think about this. Woo, Jesus. I don't mean to clap on the mic, but be for real, guys. Think about this, though. Think about this, though. When I'm honest with God, I don't have to come to my defense. God comes to my defense. When God comes to my defense, he doesn't just stop the attacks from attacking me, but what I need to even flee from the sin, to flee from the temptation, to flee from the oppression, to flee from the suffering. He makes provisions for me for those things. Just like Luffy got that dinghy, give him a dinghy. Kobe didn't have to walk up, now give me a dinghy with his knees shaking like he's Usopp. No, Luffy spoke it. But Luffy spoke it because of the honesty of Kobe. You know what? He declared his dream. I'm going to help him with his dream. I ain't got a problem with it. You mean to tell me Kobe becoming something that is an enemy to you is not a problem to you to help him get? Reformation says, I'm no professional, obviously, but from what I've seen, I think you have the spiritual gift of teaching. You take manga and turn it into a lesson or a sermon. It's really interesting and impressive. Second Reformation, thank you for that so very much. I would agree. I would agree. Not because it's like something to boast about, but because it's something that I can't escape in my very innate being. And that's also why I like psychology, psychology is the study of the mind, which is a gift from God because God created the mind. So to be able to study and understand the mind, I like listening to people and understanding people, their stories and their experiences. So that's why I'm able to look at this stuff and make these comparisons and relations, because I have that understanding biblically. I have that understanding spiritually. And so I'm thankful. I'm so thankful to God. And I pray that the Lord reveals more to me so I can teach more, so I can show more. But the goal of it is, let me make sure I point this out. The goal isn't to simply justify anime and manga to people. The goal is to take what messages can be identified in anime and manga and say, well, guys, the gospel here, the Bible, has been teaching this. God has been showing these lessons. God has really been leading us in the way that we should go. So if you really want a motivator to transform your life, let that be the word of God. Let that be the word of God. But Luffy was able to get that dinghy. Not thingy, dingy. I think I can. I won't blaze through it because I don't want to rush. I think that is disingenuous content. But I will try to. Do this effectively with time. So chapter 3 is where we get introduced to Roronoa Zoro. I couldn't imagine Luffy riding on a shark. No, actually I could. I could see that. All right. Now Luffy is now on this naval base. Like I said, he's doing two things. He's chasing down He's chasing down Zoro, and he is supporting Kobe in getting into the Marines. And it's not. So let me point this out too. A lot of times people think being friends means that you have to constantly ride with the person. Sometimes you don't. You can be friends and support people in their goals and be separated from them and continue that support. That's what I think is more so what's so powerful about their relationship, is that he's not. This was a great stream. I'm enjoying it. Wonderful, wonderful Shivers. I'm so glad you're enjoying this. Mr. Hobbs says Luffy helping Kobe kind of mirrors Jesus dying for us. We as our base sinful selves are God's enemy, but Jesus. Oh, go ahead, Hobbs. Go ahead, Hobbs. We in our sinful state at base naturally are enemies to God. But Jesus died for us to save us, even though we put him on the cross. Dude, that's a very great similarity, Hobbs. That's powerful, my man. That's powerful. Good one. That's a good one. I hope y'all caught that and understood that. That was good. Now, Kobe, he's helping Kobe get into the Marine base. And look, this is why I say this again. Luffy does not care. We're at a Marine base. He's not like, we're at a Marine base. He's just like, yeah. Like, he's just like happy about it. Like, I love this. I love it. That's why I look forward to one day, like, being so in tune with sharing the gospel no matter where I'm at, that I could go into, dare I say, Palestine and share the gospel. And I'm like, Jesus loves you without fear. And I might get attacked, or put in prison, whatever the case may be. But I could be like, Jesus is king. And, like, whatever happens, happens. But they go to sit down to eat, and so we're getting introduced to what the environment of this naval-based town is like. Because they start talking about Roronoa Zoro again, and what happens is the people start flipping over tables, panicking, freaking out. Look, they're all pinned up over the walls, right? It's like, okay, what's wrong with Zoro? I thought Zoro hunted pirates, so you would think he's like, you know, on the good guy team. Nah, not necessarily. So then, Kobe brings up Captain Morgan, who is over this base, the Marines. What did Kobe say? The good guys, right? The people do it again. So what's wrong with Captain Morgan? That becomes the question. And Kobe's confused. He's like, everyone's so jumpy. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Like, he was confused. Why would the people jump over him? It would make sense maybe over Roronoa Zoro, but why over the captain, right? That's the concern. Now I'm gonna point out something here in just a second, so give me a minute. I'll point it out when we finally get to him. This is one of the like most memorable panels in One Piece. I'd say it's like in the top 10 memorable panels. Is him being pinned up on this cross. Ooh. Calm down, Kentario. Calm down. Hobbs, you see it? Hobbs, are you seeing what I'm seeing, bro? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? We got Roronoa Zoro on the cross. Wow. Here's why I'm freaking out, guys. This is why I'm freaking out about this, because people think, I'm not going to assume what people think, but I want to encourage you guys to fully grasp what it is what all Jesus went through. I want to paint that not paint, but I want to tell it the truth. When you're on a cross, it's not simply about death, and it's not simply about people seeing judgment being carried out. When you are put on a cross to be crucified, you are put into a public and open shame, to be embarrassed, to be humiliated. That's why you slowly die, so that you can live with the shame, the embarrassment, the public display. This, yes, is to strike fear into the townspeople when you come against, you know, the Navy. But it's also to embarrass him. It's to embarrass him. Gosh. It's to embarrass him. And guys, I'm honestly going to stop the stream on this one. Not stopping like stopping, but I want to stop just speaking on this, because the power behind this, right? Here's the power behind this, is that he's rumored to be this very dangerous and scary hunter. But there's more to Roronoa Zoro than people tell you about him. He's called a demon, but there's more to him than what people say about him. Luffy is being now considered a pirate. So what's associated with being a pirate is pillaging and robbing and attacking and assaulting women and all of these things, being a drunkard and all of this. But that's not who Luffy is at core. That's not what defines him as a person. We as believers are going to be encountered by people making assumptions about Christ, making assumptions about us. But we have to do just like they do here in One Piece. They're not trying to fight against every rumor and lie being told about them. We don't have to fight how people lie on Jesus. We simply have to point them to the truth. How dare you say that about my God? I don't care what you say about my. I'm gonna be real, guys. I'm gonna be real. I don't care what you say about my God, and my God don't need me to defend him. If my God is good enough to, ooh, Jesus, oh my God, if my God is good enough to defend me, y'all ain't listening. If my God is good enough to defend me against himself. Did you hear that? I don't know if y'all caught that. If my God is good enough to defend me to himself, why do he need me to defend him to man? He don't. My God will fight for himself. Now, he might do it through me by telling the truth and sharing the gospel and performing miracles and teaching the word and living a life to his glory. But he defends himself. I don't have to go into court against humanity for Jesus. He don't need that from me. That's not what he asked of me. Defend me in the streets. No, he said represent me. Don't deny me. Don't reject me. I don't care what lies you tell about my Jesus. Don't expect me to deny him. That's all I need to do. I will tell you the truth. I won't be like, no, how dare you say that about Jesus? He don't need that. He don't need all that from me. Good God Almighty. But Zoro's being put to a public shame, and even more so, he's being put to a public shame, as we're going to see probably this Sunday. I'll definitely maybe do it this Sunday, for what people are assuming is the truth about him or what he did, when the truth of what he did was actually in the defense of a person, not committing a technical crime. Ooh, he's not even guilty of Hobbs, Hunt, Reform. Zoro didn't even commit a crime. My man Reformation says, Zoro in this panel is a good example of our relationship with God. The cross part specifically is obviously similar to how God sanctified his son for us. And the loyalty of Zoro to Luffy is how we choose to follow God. I think I read that right. I think that's how you say it. How we choose to follow God. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm willing to do it. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, this is crazy. I'm telling you, it's real. You can't. I'm gonna keep it a book. I'm gonna have to sleep now, bro. Got a long day tomorrow. I understand, Rattles. Be blessed, my brother. I want you to know I love you. I pray one day you can join the Patreon, because that's where this will be posted, and then I'll probably be doing cut clips as well to YouTube and TikTok. So thank you guys, man. This was a wonderful time. This has truly been a blessing. We've been on for about an hour and a half. I pray that we can come alive once again this Sunday, and be blessed, guys. I think this will really be a blessing. I'm preaching Sunday, so I'll either post a TikTok or record this for the Patreon. But I definitely want to be able to continue doing this and bless you guys. Didn't Zoro help a girl and then was tied out to the cross? That's right, Hobbs. So what was the crime? Zoro didn't commit no crime, but he was judged. Come on, man. Zoro committed no crime, but he was judged. And it's not about how dare they judge me. It's that I'm going to do what I have to do to stand on the truth. I'm not worried about being judged. I'm not worried about you pointing fingers and getting it wrong. I will represent the truth. Dang. But guys, thank y'all so very much for this. I got to get ready to go. I'm going out to dinner to celebrate a friend's surgery. She had a successful surgery in getting rid of cancer. This is the anniversary of that cancer being removed. And so we're going to be going out to dinner tonight. We'll go live again Sunday, continuing with Chapter 3. And we'll probably even finish the arc of this. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. I thank you guys so very much for being here. I pray that y'all have a blessed evening. We're going to delete this after we're done recording, and we're going to post it straight to the Patreon. Thank you guys once again, and I pray you have a blessed one. Peace.